I'm Daisy Helen Ward from Marrkilyi community.
My name is Elizabeth Marrkilyi Giles Ellis, and I live in one of the remote communities in Wingellina in Western Australia.
We don't want to move from our smaller communities into bigger communities, to larger communities and towns. Because in larger communities and towns, there are big problems. And if we take our young people, there will be problems. And young people will be going into jail. There'll be problems with domestic violence. There will be problems. There's lots and lots of different things that our young children will learn through living in a bigger community and town.
We tangana tara manjil jara pitan tara and pintupi lorija people and our supporters in Western Australia will be holding a protest march and rally to protest against Western Australia Premier's Colin Barnett's unfair and discriminative decision to close 150 remote Aboriginal communities in Western Australia.
If we have our smaller communities open for our young people to come back and live in our smaller communities, we will educate our young children the way we were educated by our ancestors, like hunting, gathering, and passing on the stories, Chukurba. That is really important to us.
This is our home. We are living in our home. Our ancestors were born in this land. They lived in this land as children. They grew up into adulthood. They had families. They became grandparents and great-grandparents, all the while living positive, productive lives, following the strong law of our Chukurpa.
Government looking at us and as if we are uncivilized people, don't know how to look after ourselves, and treating us like little kids. Come on, need one. You gotta go back over there. No, sorry,
we're not children. We're grandmothers. We're great-grandmothers. We have obligations. We have responsibilities. And we do hard work looking after our families and our lands, our sacred lands.
And this is our land, always was and will be, and will still live here. We're not a refugee in our country.
They're treating us again like we're flora and fauna, like we're not Australian citizens. We demand that the Western Australia Premier, Colin Barnett, retract his decision to close the 150 Aboriginal communities and to say sorry to us, apologize publicly for putting us in a state of extreme worry, stress, and concern. And we don't know what is going to happen to us, where we're going to end up. This is not fair. We are all Australian citizens and deserve to be treated the same way as every other Australian citizens in this country. We are the First Nations. Do your job, Western Australian government, and provide power and water services to all towns and communities in Western Australia. Aboriginal Affairs Minister Peter Collier said in a newspaper article dated April 19, 2015, that money is not an issue. He went on to say that the overhaul of the funding distribution was not a code for cuts, but programs that continue to exist must justify their viability, unquote. Finally, I invite you, Colin Barnett, Western Australia Premier, and you, Prime Minister Tony Abbott, to come and speak with us in Wingellina on the 29th of April 2015.